Welcome back as we continue our Ag Week corn and soybean crop tour with a stop in central North Dakota. Here's Jenny Schlecht.
I'm Jenny Schlecht here northwest of Eldridge, North Dakota with Curtis Kropp of AGWEEK Cooperative. And Curtis, tell us about these soybeans that we're standing in.
I think these are pretty good soybeans. We've had the right conditions there for the season, and I'm looking forward to combining them in 3 weeks or 2 a month.
What are your yield estimates right now on beans that you're seeing in this area?
I think a lot of the beans in the area that I'm in here will be, 40, mid 40 bushel range. Unless they're on some tougher ground, then it might be a little different. But for the most part, they look really, really good.
Okay, now we're standing in some corn. Tell us what we've got going on here.
Well, the corn was a little different story this year. We had a really hard time getting it planted. There was a lot of acres that never got planted at all, and the acres that did get planted got planted into really wet soil, and it wasn't really the best conditions as far as that goes starting out the season. But for the most part, the corn that did get seeded, even though they might have been smaller patches out in fields, I still think the corn will be fairly decent all the way through. There will be a lot of, in our area, 150 to 170 bushel corn. It's just that the fields are only 40 acres instead of 150, just because everything was so wet and we just couldn't get it planted. There's a lot of corn out there that got really mudded in, and a lot of sidewall compaction, a lot of other issues throughout the season. And some of it's going to be pretty good corn, and some of it should maybe just get chopped.
How much prevented planting acreage are you guys seeing in your business?
Well, I would say just from a lot of the stuff that we encountered from this spring, there was every bit probably around 40% prevented plant acres that never got seeded this year, just because it was so wet, and a lot of that ended up being on the corn acres. So there was a lot of corn acres that never got seeded.
Thanks, Curtis. On the Ag Week crop tour near Eldridge, North Dakota, this is Jenny Schlecht.